shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep it grim vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you will never try. Work it out.
Your file. I had a chance to glance at it on my way over here, and I'm a little confused. You worked at a bank, you've never even had a traffic violation, and now you're here. I'm gonna ask the DA for 15 years with the possibility of...
Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one on the line of scrimmage.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Murray running right.
Oh, come on.
Latavius Murray. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays, there's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown, they're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
What are you going to do about it?
I mean, he did open the door and you picked that up.
Great. Go.
On first down, Newton. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
They be gonna pass that blunt or what? I feel like he's holding it. You sure you know?
You know, when I graduated from law school, I thought I had the 35-yard line. But now that I'm into it, these people.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
20. He's cracked.
Newton now to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to go from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On second and 11 now. Newton, a little check down to Lindsay. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Newton to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
How does he pick that?
Picked off at the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Hi. Would you mind, please? This thing is so heavy.
No problem.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, 3 tennis. Oh, yeah. Just get it on.
Ready?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yeah.
Check 49. Check 49. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 17. Check 17. Great. Check 55. Mike. Man, I got you.
Now it's Newton. Flush to his right. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DJ Moore, 76 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 out the gate.
88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
But I didn't want her to be like me. Lonely. Living in a house of old ladies and cats. She's such a good soul. So I tried to encourage her to go out, all the time, but she wouldn't do it. Thank you. I'm not going to leave with her. Her son got married. That's when everything took a turn.
And play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You see them bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Check. Check safety. Kill. Hey, 51, stop. Hey, watch it. Check 3. Check 31.
On 3rd down, Murray. And they'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Hey, nice 7. Gun.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's got his man, Boyd. Through
Fucking
one quarter,
caught me on the
14-7.
lineman, yo. Fuck, doing too much. Everything was boxed.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma
all that foo-foo shit, the run is dead, bro.
For a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And I'm
It appeared to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
You slacking, nigga.
59, ready, 280. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Slip. Hey, great play.
On second down now, it's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13. Here's Carson. Only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got
the run is dead, bro!
Before it gets called.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit. But must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. Watch the run. 20. Watch twins. 8.
Throwing again. Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes. The wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Goal line, bro.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him,
really,
we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
So we get slap happy up here sometimes. And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
Clearly the blitz is
It'll be a Saints
there,
first
so
down on a gain of
I think it's
16
pretty
yards.
covered.
Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come on, Mo. Run the, pass this ball, bro.
He's coming. We got double up. Check 43. Wait. You go perfect. Shift.
On 2nd down, it's Murray.
Man, move him back, bro.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Check 56. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check.
On 3rd down.
Fuck your run, bro.
Lose yardage back at the 38.
Yeah.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Crunch, and alpha. 53 is the mic. Coming. Let's go. Have you got Mike? Gun. Who that?
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. A bit of an there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Murray, and this time to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Yeah, you better not let me set up.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Gun. Check 99.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave it.
Oh my, get the fuck out of here, man. What is wrong with Cam Newton?
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Threw it off his back.
And that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill.
Okay.
And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a second drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Ryan looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st down, Murray.
Cute.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They go with Murray again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, dude.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. They find some open field here. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance. carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, express. 36. Rush it.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Cam Newton and the fumble killed him.
Tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
They run forward with Carson. He's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Great. Hey, alert 3, alert 7. Express! Go now!
On 2nd and 7, Newton. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Great. Express! Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Newton on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down.
Here we go. Bang. Great. Let's go. 59 mark. Check.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Express! 20. 8. Check safety. Kill. Look at it.
To throw again, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked
Them
up by
safeties
just
ain't
a
biting,
read.
man.
And the return stops at
None
the
of them beaters are
39-yard
working.
line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found.
9 rushes, 11 yards.
2nd and 10. They run again with Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Carson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I just don't understand why them safeties ain't biting at all.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he fires one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10. Newton again. Now a desperation throw deep. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Cam Newton's a bum, bro, because these niggas are open.
Stephon Gilmore. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
He's still up.
And they get to Newton and take
Man, I had the
down
touchdown too. Bro, who knows, bro?
Now the Seahawks going to use the first
I be thinking I had a
timeouts
touchdown and then just fuck that
as
shit
the
down.
clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 9, check 9. Watch the Great. Gun. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
To throw is Newton. He'll find Lindsey here. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Lindsey, 83 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they design the stadium to keep the noise in.
I need third down defense like a motherfucker. I sent one viable blitz the whole game on 3rd and long. I had this nigga on 3rd and long so many times.
It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
This touchdown was trash because I wasn't even really ready. I wasn't ready. That should have been a big hit right there, man. My rusty ass. Yeah, I fucked that up. I mean, they never pick that off. Or maybe I don't play the game enough. Such a bad play. Can't move so bad, yo. Yeah, he didn't even smoke that nigga. This is rational. Oh, he was here. Rusty, bro. Man, you into this movie, huh?